Experian Boost is free. It's something that you can sign up and it will quote unquote boost your credit score on Experian, just your Experian. It'll increase your credit score. So you can sign up for free and you can cancel anytime with this as well. And then you can re-up if you want to later on. But www.experian.com/boost. B as in boy, OOS as in Sam, T as in Tom. Boost. So Experian.com/boost where you can sign up. In this, they take a look at some of your bills that do not report to your credit score. So like I just mentioned, like your cable bill, a utility bill, your cell phone bill, they'll take a look at how you pay those in this particular boost or thing that they have for us to help increase your credit scores. So if you're having that issue and you're going to decide between paying your cable bill on time and paying your cell phone bill on time and you are currently signed up with Experian Boost, cancel. You want to go ahead and cancel. There's no need to have something like that hurt you at this particular time. If you're always paying it on time, you're going to give them access to your banking account so they know when that money comes out and you actually pay your cell phone bill, your cable bill, your utility bill, then great. It will absolutely boost your credit. And I know some people are asking, well, how much is it going to actually boost my credit? Far as Experian Boost is saying, or at least when it initially came out, they said up to 20 points. Up to 20 points you'll get just from doing it. And you get something right away. So you don't get 20 points necessarily right away. When you sign up, you do get points right away. Like soon as you sign up and you click that button, they will give you your credit score and they'll show you how much it went up. Sometimes it'll be just 5 points. Sometimes it's 8 points. But it will continue. Now, you're not going to get 5 points every month necessarily. You're not going to get 8 points every month, but it will continue. I have seen anywhere from 15 to 30 something points, and one person told me they got like 56 points from when they signed up with Experian Boost. So those are some things that you can actually look out for and that can help you. But again, if you're having an issue and you're going to decide between paying your cell phone bill and eating, and you're not going to pay that cell phone bill, and you're already signed up with Experian Boost, this may be a good time for you to go ahead and cancel that at this particular time. But yes, you can do those things, but do not miss a payment. And a late payment is considered 30 days after the due date. That's a late payment. That's when it's going to hit your credit report. So if you're going to be late on the payment, sure, if you're 2 days, 3 days, 18 days late on a payment that is reporting to your credit report, if you're that way, then you're fine. I'm putting up air quotes. You're okay. That's not going to be reported to your credit report. It won't be on there that you didn't pay it on the 12th and it was due on the 12th. That won't be reported to your credit bureau. So you don't have to worry about that necessarily. You will incur a late fee at most places. If you're late on a loan or credit card payment or what have you, you'll incur a late fee, and you should pay that late fee in addition to whatever the minimum is, because you don't want that to carry over and them mistakenly, I'm going to say mistakenly, report that you didn't make the payment. So you want to make the late fee plus whatever the minimum or whatever amount that you were going to pay on that particular loan. So make sure that you pay on time, because again, it's 35% of your credit score is the biggest thing. And when you miss payments, your credit score can drop 30, 60 points depending on what kind of loan you missed or what kind of situation that you're in. It can drop a lot of points. So if you just signed up for Experian Boost and it gave you 15 points and then you go and miss a payment the next month, now that 15 points you got gets negated, because now you got 30, 45, 60 points taken off your credit report. So make sure that you make those payments on time. I cannot express that anymore. All right, so we're going to take a pause for the calls right quick. I did not give out my shout outs. I meant to do it at the top of the show. So I got to get this shout out right here. Toya King. Yes, Toya King. Yep, she's related. That's my cousin. She celebrates her birthday. Happy birthday to you, Toya. Ronald King celebrates his birthday as well. Yep, that's my cousin. Celebrates his birthday. And my other cousin, his twin brother, Ronald and Donald King, both celebrate their birthday. Actually, all three of these people celebrate their birthday on the same day. So happy, happy birthday to you guys. I will see you on the Zoom call because we're doing a Zoom call for their birthday. So happy birthday, Toya, Ronald, and Donald. I got to say happy birthday to Larry Sewell. We called him Soup. I don't even know why. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to contact you, Soup, and see why we called you that. But Larry Sewell celebrates his birthday. And then I think it's Monday. It's Monday. My homegirl, Danae Graves, she celebrates her birthday. So happy birthday to you, Danae. All right. Let's do this question of the day right quick. So the question of the day comes from Reggie. Reggie is out of the great state of Indiana, my home state. And what he asked was, what should I do about an account that's not reporting correctly? I said I was going to talk about this earlier in the show. So specifically, this young man financed or refinanced the loan. The new loan is showing up, and it looks good. It's a new loan, everything's good with it. But the old loan is still showing up. So it's still showing on this credit report, and it's still showing open and active. So fortunately, it's not being reported as a negative, and it's being reported as being paid on time. So is it really hurting him? No, not really. But in this particular situation, what you want to do is, since you're asking about what should you do about it, call the old creditor directly. Call them directly and let them know that it's still showing on your credit report. Now, again, it's not harming you. It's not harming you, but it could. It could harm you in some ways. So depending on how you're looking at it, really. So, with it being on time payment and showing that you're paying on time still, even a couple of months after you've already refinanced it, that's actually helpful for you because it's, again, that payment history you just talked about, 35% of that is good. Plus, it's an older loan, so it's helping you with your length of history. So it's helping you in that regard. Where it could hurt you at is, and fortunately for you, that it is being reported on time. But where it could hurt you at is if you were to go do something else. You wanted to go buy a vehicle. You're signing up, for a credit card or whatever it is, and you want to do something else. Then it's showing on your credit report that you have that loan plus the new loan and any other things. So a lender could look at that and say, hey, there's too much going on here. Just got a new loan. He still has his old loan. There's too much going on, and it can hurt you in that regard. It also can hurt you with your debt to income ratio, because if any lender looks at it and sees it and they're filling out your debt to income ratio, trying to figure out if you can afford whatever else you're trying to do, they're going to count that. And no matter what you say to them, saying, hey, that's an old loan, I already paid it off, I refinanced it with this one, they're going to be required to utilize that payment, how much ever that payment is, and connect it to you. So it's going to hurt you with your debt to income ratio. So you do want to get it off. And what you want to do again, that is to call the old lender directly and let them know that it's still showing up and they should correct it. Now, if they don't correct it, what do you do after that? If they don't correct it, I would say give them, since you can check out your credit report every week, give them 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Give them 2 to 3 weeks. Look at your credit report. If it's still reflected on there and it's open and all of those things, then you want to contact the credit bureaus. And you need to contact all 3 credit bureaus. I'm sure you know this, but let me make sure. Contact all 3 credit bureaus. Going to contact all 3 and let them know that, hey, this loan is closed, the amount's wrong, whatnot. Let them know that so they can do that quote-unquote investigation for you and get it corrected for you. Those are like some of the errors that we talked about. That's definitely an error in your credit report. So make sure you do that. So Reggie, thank you so much for contacting me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for contacting me. You're officially a part of the 800 Credit Score Man Show family. And if you have questions, all you got to do is contact me. Send me an email, 800@creditscoreman.com. That's 800@creditscoreman.com. And maybe you'll be a part of the show like Reggie. So thanks a lot, Reggie. I appreciate it. And while I'm here, another young man named Reggie as well, and Troy, actually, and we talked about Troy before. Reggie and Troy both had good increases in their credit reports. Both of them happen to have 730s right now. So I told people, send me your increases, send me your decreases or whatever it is, but let me know what you're doing and how your credit score is faring. And both Troy and Reggie both have 730 scores right now. So congratulations to you guys out there. All right, let's get back to helping yourself during this pandemic or any kind of economic downturn. Number five, don't close any credit cards. Don't close any credit cards. Right now is not the time to be messing around and closing any credit cards at all. I don't care if you're not using them. Do not close those credit cards at all. You don't want to do that. It negatively impacts your credit score in several ways. So you don't lose all the payment history right away that you had with an account, whether it's a credit card or mortgage or anything else. You don't lose that right away, but you begin to lose some of that muster that it has on it. So you don't want to close a credit card. So that's payment history, right? You don't want to do that. It impacts your credit utilization, which is one of the pillars of credit that you need to really hold on in. It impacts that negatively because what happens is you close that credit card. Let's say it just had $1,000 limit on it. Now you no longer have access to that, and that raises your credit utilization if you have other cards with balances on it. It raises your credit utilization. Now we both know, we both, like I'm talking to myself or talking to somebody individually, we all know that your credit utilization should be 30% at the highest. At the highest, it should be 30%. Again, if you got $10,000 worth of limits and your balances are at $3,000, that is a 30% credit utilization. So you want to be there at the highest, and then you want to be lower than that if possible. So it impacts that if you take away some of that from you. And while I'm talking about it, during this pandemic, a lot of issuers for credit cards have been lowering people's credit limits. They've been doing so preemptively, so you can't go out and hurt yourself and not be able to pay the bill and whatnot. You don't want to allow them to do that as well. You don't. That's not something that you want to happen. I think I even told you guys about with myself personally. One of my credit cards tried to slash my limit in half, and I just simply gave them a call directly, called them and said, "Hey, that's not necessary. I want to keep my whole credit limit because I know that's going to impact my credit utilization, and that's negative for my credit score. So you do not want that to happen. So you need to check on them and make sure that those things are not happening to you at all. So do not close any credit cards. Don't let any of those limits go down. If somebody is offering you a higher credit limit, go ahead and take it as long as it doesn't cost you anything. If it's going to cost you something in terms of actual money, if it's going to cost you something, then maybe you weigh the benefits versus, whatever's going on with it. But if they're offering you a credit limit increase, then go ahead and take it, especially if you have the discipline not to use it. That is only going to help your credit utilization, which is going to do wonders, absolute wonders for your score. One of my favorite things to deal with is that credit utilization because you can manipulate it more, and there are several options in there to create a better credit utilization for you. So do that. So make sure you do that. Number 6 was to actually lower your credit utilization. So again, everybody's not impacted negatively. It's a lot of people I've talked to that during this pandemic, they've done well financially. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people with a nice little side hustle that worked online anyway. It's helped them because they were prepared and they're already doing this kind of work. So it's helped them. So if you can, lower your credit utilization by any means necessary. Lower your credit utilization. So if you're able to do that, it's going to help you increase your credit score. What are the ways you can do it? Of course, by paying off those credit cards. If you can pay off those credit cards, plus if you can get a credit card increase, that's not going to cost you any points at all. If you can do both of those things, and maybe even another thing that's actually in here, so I won't mention it. If you can do a couple of those things at the same time, then it'll lower your credit utilization, and that's absolutely helpful for your credit score. Again, the credit utilization is 30%, and it's the second pillar, if you will, if you're going in terms of what the weighting is on them. 30% of your credit score is made up by your credit utilization. So make sure you take care of that. Number